Hi all, I will walk you over SAP Assignment 5, and SAP Assignment 5 is on creating a data mart in SAP Business Information Warehouse module. Now look at this data model. Wow! Remember our dimensional modeling and star schema? This is what it is. You have the sales table, which is your fact table, and then you have the dimension tables, which are product, time and customer. The product table has the following attributes: product number, description, product category, division, color, components, internal price and sales price. Time has year and month. Customer has customer number, description, city, country, sales organization, and the fact table has quantitative data such as sales amount, revenue in local currency and discount in local currency. So we will be configuring a data mart with some of these attributes in the fact table and the dimension tables. Okay, so we will start SAP. In order to do that, first we have to log on to SAP. So our application server is belfast.cob.csuchico.edu. Instance number is 90. System ID is BEL. I have given you this information in the beginning of the semester. Then I have to log on. For this assignment I will use LU000 and my password. Okay, from here I have to go to data warehousing workbench. So click on that. From I come to info objects. Okay, now I have done a short video on what is an info provider, what is info object, what is data sources. Please listen to that short video before you work on this assignment. Here I will go to curriculum 3, go to master copy and then look for LU with a root MU067. So you will see that here is a LU, Lamar University, with a root MU29. Please do not go inside that. Ignore that. Go all the way down and you will find MU67 and LU here. So expand this LU with the root MU67. From here choose your login ID. So if you are LU005, you should come here. If you are LU019, you should come here. I am LU000, so I am here. Okay. Now I will be creating key figures, which is part of the fact table. Okay. So what I will be doing is, I just want to show you in advance, I will be creating key figures, revenue and sales quantity. So you will see that revenue is quantitative, sales quantity is quantitative. So quantitative data goes inside fact table and the fact table in SAP BW is key figures. So I will be creating revenue and sales quantity inside my fact table, which is key figures. Okay. In order to do that, what I have to do is, I have to come here to my login ID. You go to your own login ID. So I come to LU000. I choose create info catalog. Okay. Here I will type in my root, which is MU67. It is the same for all of you. All of us, we have the same root, MU67. Then for key figures, I type in K. Okay, and then our ID. So for me it is 000. For you, if you are 005, you type in 005. Okay, do not make mistake here. Please make sure that you type in your own login ID. and then I do the same thing, mu67 here, and then 000, which is my login ID, and then I type in key figures because this is what I am creating. Okay, and here info object type is key figure, so I go to key figure and then I create. Okay, and then after creating I have to activate my key figure. This is activation, so I activate that, and you will see that my key figure has been created. Now within this key figure I have to create, think of this as my fact table. So inside this I have to create an attribute which is revenue. So I right click on my key figure, then I go to create info object, I call it revenue, mu67, then RV, and my login ID which is 000. You don't use it, you use your own login ID, remember. And then again mu67, 67, then 000, that's my user ID, and I call it revenue. And I run it. Okay, here in the data type I would have amount and currency here, and then in unit and currency I will have 0 currency. Okay, and I will save it and activate it. So I will save and I will activate. So you will see my revenue attribute within key figure has been created. Okay, now I have to create another key figure which is sales quantity. Okay, before that I have to take a screenshot of this key figure, and I have, this is my screenshot number 1, that within key figures I have created revenue. Okay, next I would be creating sales quantity the same way. So I go to key figure, I right click, I do create info object, and then my key figure is mu67 SQ for sales quantity and 000 for my login ID. My description would be mu67 000 and then sales quantity. Okay, and then I run it. Here the data type will be quantity, and in the unit currency I have to use 0 base underscore UOM. And then I have to save and activate. So I save and I activate. Okay, now this is your second screenshot which will show that within key figures you have created revenue and sales quantity. Okay, next what we will be doing is we will be creating a dimension table called characteristics. characteristics is a dimension table, equivalent to a dimension table. So in order to do that, I need to go to my login ID LU000, which is my info object LU000. You go to your info object, then right click, create info object, catalog, and then here you type in mu67, which is your root, and then C, and then your login ID 000. In the description you do mu67 000 and then characteristics, and then info object type is char, and then you create. Let me activate it. Okay, then it shows up. If I don't activate, it does not show up. Okay. So I right click, I go to create info object. Here I am creating product category as one of the attributes within characteristics. So in order to do that, I have to do mu67, then PC is for product category, and then 000 is my login, and long description is mu67 000 product category. Run it. Okay, here I have to make sure that I have the data type char, length is 3. Okay, then I have to click the master data text. I have to make sure with master data and with text both are checked. Short text and language dependent is checked, and now I can activate, and you will see that within characteristics product category is created. So now you have to take your third screenshot, which is of this product category created within characteristics. Okay, then I have to maintain the master data. I have to maintain master data manually for this one. So in order to do that, I have to right click on my product category. Okay, I have to go to maintain master data. Here I just have to execute. Here I start creating. Okay, so in the first product category I will choose ACC, which is my accessories, if you remember, and I create accessories. Okay, I create again e-bikes. Okay, for e-bikes I do EBI, and then short description is e-bikes. I create e-bikes, then again I do ORB, which is off-road bikes. Then I do the next one, ROB, which is road bikes. Fourth one will be my TAU, touring bikes. And the last one is TRE, which is trained bikes. Okay, so now in order to be able to see what you have entered, you can pull this, and so these are your master data table. Okay, so you save it, take a screenshot, save it, and this is your screenshot number 4. Okay, now I have to create another characteristic which is material. So in order to do that, let me go back here, and then within characteristic I can refresh and see the rest of it. Okay, sorry, I have to go back. Not a big deal. I'll go back to LU000. This is my characteristic. Okay, so, and this is my key figures. So I have to create one more characteristic, create info object, which is material. So I have to do MU67 and then MA and then 000. That's my material, and my description is MU67 000 material. I create that. Okay, after creating, I believe I have to activate it in no, it's just I can fix it from here. So in the general tab, I need to show characteristic. Length is 18. Okay, and then I go to master data. In the master data, I have to have medium, not short text, but medium text, language dependent, and I don't want to load the data manually, but I just want to do it from my info area, so I have to enter my MU67 000, which is my info area. I have to do that. Okay, okay, from here I go to the attribute tab, and I have to enter a few attributes here. First one is MU67 PC product category 000. Okay, and here I have to name the navigation attribute description as product category. That's all I have to do. Okay, okay, so next one I have to enter MU0. For components, I have to enter COMP. Now these have been already stored within SAP. They have already been created by SAP, so I just can use it. Okay, and the next one is MU0 for color. These attributes have already been created by SAP and stored in the system, so I can just go ahead and just list them. Okay, MU0, then sales price, which is SALPRI, and then MU0 transfer price. Okay, once again these have already been created by SAP, and they were in the system, so I can just go ahead and use it. And then 0 division, okay, this one I have to change the navigation attribute description and have to enter division. Okay, after this I have to activate it. So all info objects activated, and just in case I save it too. Now I have to take a screenshot of this and save it in the Word document. So I'm done. So what you would have is, you will have 5 screenshots. First one will be the screenshot of the revenue key figure. The second one will be the screenshot of the sales quantity key figure. The third one will be the screenshot of the first characteristic, which is product category. The fourth one will be your master data table, and then the fifth one will be the material description product category. Okay, so this is your assignment 5, and also note that you now know how to create a data mart with key figures and characteristics. Key figure is similar to the fact table of your dimension modeling with attributes such as revenue and sales quantity, and characteristics are similar to your dimension tables in the star schema with attributes such as material and product category. Okay, so that's about it. Thank you.